Hey guys, welcome back and Merry Christmas. Before we get into the main portion of the video, I just wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and share a little bit of a Christmas message because I love this time of year. I absolutely love it. And I hope that all of you guys are having a great Christmas because this is a special time of year and I think everyone deserves to enjoy it. No matter what this holiday means to you, if it's religious, if it's not, if you're spending it by yourself, if you're spending it with family, I hope you're having a great holiday season. So far for me, this has not been the Christmas I've been imagining it would be. Right now I'm sitting in downtown Las Cruces at the little plaza here. And it reminds me of the Taos Plaza. I wanted to go home a couple weeks ago, spend time with family and stuff, but had to stay in town a little bit longer for work and some research stuff. And I've been missing the snow a lot. I'm used to this time of year being covered in snow. And the other day I walked around my neighborhood looking at Christmas lights in basketball shorts. The weather has been disgustingly beautiful down here. I've been hiking and stuff, but back home they've got 2 feet of snow, and when I get over there, hopefully there's still snow left because I'm going to build me a snowman. Some of my favorite Christmas memories include baking cookies with my family, going caroling and handing those cookies out to people that we know, and singing Christmas songs in church and having our big church Christmas dinner. I was on the phone with my parents yesterday and they had the Christmas dinner back home, and apparently my dad made a pot of pozole that was the star of the show. Now I bring all this up because I know there's a lot of people during the holiday season who maybe aren't having the best time, and I really empathize with those people. I feel bad for them because if you're down in the dumps, it feels worse when everyone else is happy. Now this year is not going to be a bad Christmas for me at all, but it has had a couple of challenges. I've been incredibly busy this holiday season, and because of how busy I've been, it's been a struggle for me to kind of get into that holiday spirit. Plus, this is my first Christmas in the house I'm living in now, and I'm there all alone right now. All my roommates are gone and stuff, and so it's a little hard to get into that festive spirit. And I've had bad Christmases in the past, and this one, again, this is not going to be a bad Christmas at all. Here in a couple of days, I'm going to head home, visit family and stuff. It's going to be great, but I feel for people who might not be having a good holiday season. And if you're one of those people, I just want to say Merry Christmas, and everything's going to be okay. I hope it works out for you. I've always loved this time of year. I love Christmas music. I love the lights and stuff. I love seeing Christmas lights. Oh my gosh, I love seeing Christmas lights. And I love just the general attitude that people have around this season. And I really love spending time with family and friends. And through this channel, I have kind of expanded my family and friend group to include all of you guys. And that means a lot. So when I tell you guys Merry Christmas, I hope you know that I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Merry Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to have you here. And we're doing my end of the year recap of all of my favorite knives. So, I hope you're excited. I feel like a lot of people, they wait for this video all year long, right? They want to know what's the best of the best. Well, I'm here to tell you what the best of the best was, in my opinion. So a couple things to get into first. So obviously, I do not handle everything. I don't think anyone does, but I handle and review maybe even a little bit less than some other reviewers. So keep that in mind. The second thing is, because of that, I cannot restrict this video to only gear that came out in 2023, right? I can't do that. I don't handle enough stuff to be able to do that. So some of this stuff is going to be things that are from other years, but they are things that I first handled and reviewed this year. And so that's another criteria, is I have to have had a video out on it this year. So let's go ahead and jump right in here. We've got a couple of different categories to look at. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do some honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1, the Bestech Slasher. This is a fantastic knife. I just got this towards the end of the year. Fantastic knife. I'm loving a lot about this, and honestly, maybe it'll make it onto next year's video. We'll see, but this thing is really good. Yeah, I just feel like I haven't spent enough time with it yet to put it on the list, and I really didn't feel like I had a place for it yet. In a similar vein, the Devo Growler, and you can see how much I've used mine. I love this knife. I absolutely love this knife. It could have made this list, absolutely could have made this list, but I just couldn't think of a category to put it in. So here it is, honorable mention, great, great knife. Love these a whole bunch. And our last honorable mention, kind of the same thing I got at the end of the year, the CJRB Frac. I love this knife. I absolutely love this knife, but I haven't spent enough time with it yet, and gosh, I couldn't put it on the list. I also couldn't think of a category to put it in. So, speaking of categories, that's how we're doing this. We're doing this by categories. So, I have a couple different categories. We're basically going to be giving awards. I'm not going to be doing like a top 10 list. I'm not going to be doing a ranked list. I have separate awards for every knife. So, there we go. All right, where should we start? Where should we start? You know what? I know exactly where we should start, and it's not with this knife here. Or that one. Where is that pouch? Professionalism, guys. Professionalism. There's one. There we go. There we go. All right, so our first award of the day, we're going to be giving our Best Buy of the Year award. This is a knife that, in my opinion, is a must. If there's any knife that you were going to get this year, it should have been this one, and that, of course, is the CJRB Pyrite. So, we have both the Wharncliffe version, the regular version, the large version, the small version. Whichever one speaks to you, that's the one to get. The Pyrite is just, it's such a great knife, very classic profile, built really well, and they're super affordable. You just can't go wrong with the Pyrite. Which, again, like I said, whichever version you think you're going to enjoy the best, get it. I guarantee you'll be happy. It's so hard to go wrong with the Pyrite. I love this knife, and that's why it got Best Buy of the Year award. Alrighty, so let's kind of stick with being economical. Best new budget knife of the year. So this is a category where I wanted to get something that was new for the year, and our best new budget knife of the year is a Syncut Serene. This is an absolutely wonderful knife. It's built so well. For 46 bucks, it's really, really hard to do better than this. Super fidgety, multiple deployments, aluminum scales, D2 blade. Great blade, by the way. Full flat ground, drop point. This knife here is an absolutely stellar example of a budget knife. And this is a knife that doesn't feel budget. If you handed me that and I was blindfolded, I would not think it was a budget knife. It feels amazing. It's built super well. Basically everything you want a knife to do, it does, and it does it damn near perfectly. Damn near perfectly. All right, moving on. What should we do next? Okay, let's stick economically, shall we? Our next award is the Best Cheap Knife of the Year. And you might be thinking, didn't you just do that one? No, that was Best New Budget Knife. This is our Best Cheap Knife of the Year. And you guys know on this channel, I love cheap knives. These are knives that I feel like, are kind of in a category that not a lot of other channels look at. And so, our cheap knife of the year, this is a $15 knife. It's the Camillus Rain. This thing is fantastic. Guys, for 15 bucks, this is an amazing knife. Great action, great pocket clip, great ergonomics, great blade, 420 steel. I really gush about this thing in its review, and I'm going to keep gushing about it. This thing is just solid. It's really, really nice. It feels way, way more expensive than $15. So, absolutely love that one. All right, let's go ahead and, actually, we'll save that one for later. Next up, I wanted to give a special award to a knife that I think a lot of people in my audience could enjoy. A knife that is maybe a little more international. And so that's why the next award we're giving is Best Legal Friendly Knife. This is a knife that you can carry most places and be fine, legally speaking. That is the Real Steel Solus Light. Look, this thing is fantastic. This is just a great, great knife. I love this thing so much. Originally, I was going to give this knife the Best Slip Joint of the Year award, but I thought to myself, that's stupid, because then I have to give, like, Best Liner Lock of the Year, Best Frame Lock of the Year, Best Button Lock of the Year, and I just don't want to do that. This thing is a great knife, and these are less than $30. So really, there's no reason not to get one of these. And of course, they've got some more expensive ones too, with titanium, different steels. But if you want to get the budget one, D2, G10, less than $30. This thing is a fantastic slip joint. Great, great Wharncliffe blade. I gushed about this knife a lot in its review. You cannot go wrong with the Solus Light. I absolutely love that knife. All right. One of the things I did with the Solus Light was I carried it as my fifth pocket knife a lot. It was kind of my secondary knife. Normally, a secondary knife is a small knife, and so I want to give an award for Best Small Knife of the Year. This was kind of a last-minute introduction just because I thought I could. It's a CJRB Mica. This thing it's a cool knife. Does anyone need a knife this small? Maybe, right? Again, legal limits. Maybe you need a knife that's got a short blade. I love carrying this knife as a secondary, as a backup. You know, it's a knife you can take out and use. That's not going to scare people because it's just so cute. Excuse my cold fingers. But yeah, this is a very cool knife. Blue aluminum scales, AR RPM 9 blade. This thing's cool. It's really, really cool, and I love it a whole lot. So, had to give it a little honorific title. All right, what next? You know what? Let's go ahead and do a couple of knives that I don't have with me anymore. So, Best Premium Knife of the Year. The best premium knife I reviewed all year was the Sharp by Design Mini Tempest. This knife was sent in by a viewer, and it completely changed how I feel about premium knives. And one of these days, I will own a Sharp by Design knife. It was just so beautiful. And honestly, that might have been the knife that started me liking all blacked out knives. Like, that might have been the knife that hit that switch that made me be like, you know what? I'm all about them murdered out knives. Because that was something this year, I really went all in with the blacked out knives. It might have started with that one right there. Absolutely phenomenal action, great ergos. It felt it felt like something I never felt before. And I dream about it to this day. It was just a wonderful, wonderful knife. Next up, we're going to do Best USA-Made Knife of the Year, and that's got to go to the Dimco 8020S. Now, this knife, I knew I wanted this on the list, and I didn't know exactly where to put it. This was loaned in to me by Sharpened Blade. This thing was so cool. I mean, it is such a big, badass knife. I was going to give it the most badass knife of the year award, which, maybe it could still get that too. But it's such a cool knife. And since it was the slim version, the blade stock was nice and thin, and that knife sliced like a champ. It was probably one of the best heavy-duty knives that I've handled, because it was tough, it was overbuilt, it was big, you get a full grip on it, but it also sliced like an absolute dream. And I absolutely love that thing. That was a great knife. So, USA Made Knife of the Year. Now, some of you might be surprised that the Dimco got USA Made Knife of the Year award, because there might have been another knife that you thought would get it. Well, that knife is on this list, but it gets a different award. So the TRM Neutron 2 is going to get the Best Performer of the Year award. This knife, oh my goodness, probably the best 20 CV steel I've ever tested. A perfect, what is it? Function over form type of knife. This thing just sliced and sliced and sliced. Great ergos. This is pretty much, I said it so many times on this channel, this is pretty much the perfect EDC knife, in my opinion. Like, if I had to, at gunpoint, if someone said, what is the world's most perfect EDC knife? I'd say the TRM Neutron 2. This thing is just bad to the bone. I loved carrying this. I loved testing this. This thing made every task I put it through seem like nothing. I use this as an everyday carry knife around school, around work. I was taking this with me out in the field, camping, and it just never, ever gave up. And yeah, it's definitely performance knife of the year. I absolutely loved testing this thing. Every minute of testing was just wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. So, TRM Neutron 2 gets our Best Performer of the Year award. And I'm giving that knife away. So, if you have not entered into my 2,000 subscriber giveaway, what are you doing? Go ahead and enter into that. That's one of the prizes. That should be reason enough to go and enter into that video. So, yeah, there we go. Alrighty, next up, let's do our award for Best Fixed Blade of the Year. This one goes to the Sincut Waxahachie. I love this knife. I absolutely love this knife, and I'm thinking I might buy another one because they're discontinued. They are discontinued, which is why. These things are so good. So if you want one, go and buy one. They're on sale at a bunch of different places right now. I absolutely adore this knife. I started carrying this. This has become one of my most carried knives of the year. I carry this pretty much every day now. This is my EDC fixed blade. I love this knife. Great blade shape, great ergos, great size, great price. It's hard to beat. And I reviewed some really great fixed blades this year, right? I reviewed the Demko Free Rein, we reviewed the Gerber Strong Arm, we reviewed a couple of other things. That one's, I had to give that one the award. I love the Free Rein, but I couldn't put the Free Rein on the list because it's a little bit pricey. And this thing, it just spoke to me. And yeah, the Sincut Waxahachie came out of nowhere and it blew my mind. What a great knife. What a great knife. Alrighty. Let's stick with fixed blades for just a little bit. Most surprising knife of the year award. This is a knife that completely blindsided me, that took me by surprise, a knife that I wasn't expecting to love as much as I do. That is the CRKT fixed blade Razel. I got this knife just as a curiosity. I was like, ha ha ha, I'll give that a review, and it's fun, it's weird, I like weird things. Oh my goodness. I ended up using and carrying this way more than I ever expected I would. This thing became one of my other most carried knives of the year. It's so much more useful than I ever would have anticipated, and it blew me away. It blew me away in all the best ways. So, most surprising knife of the year, CRKT Razel fixed blade, and I'm giving one of these away too. So, absolutely, go enter into that video. That's going to be the takeaway from this. Enter into my giveaway video. Get some free stuff. Who doesn't want free stuff, right? No one. That's the answer. Okay, what should we do next? Put this knife back in. There we go. All right. Best hard use folder of the year. No, it's not going to go to the Demko 8020S. That is a fantastic hard use folder, but it's also $600, right? So, we're going to be giving it to the Cold Steel 8010 Lite. I reviewed this just recently. Oh my goodness, guys. Guys, this is one hell of a workhorse. Holy cow. If you are only going to buy one heavy-duty folder, make it this one. Get the Tonto specifically. This is an $85 knife, and for $85, you are getting a ton of toughness, a ton of utility, a ton of just pure badassery. This Tonto blade is, it elevates the already awesome 8010 design to a whole nother level. This thing it's a performance champ, and yeah, I absolutely love this thing. So, yeah, definitely hard use folder of the year. We've got to give it to the 8010 Lite. I was thinking too, maybe I should have done a hard use fixed blade award. I didn't think about it. I probably would have given that to the Demko Free Rein. I don't have my Free Rein with me right here, but that probably would have got the award. So, hip hip hooray. We'll give it that award, even though I don't really have it here right now to accept the award. Okay, what do we have left? I think we're just about done. Okay, let's give an award real quick. Best Company of 2023. This was a tough choice. Civivi Wii Sincut did a lot of great stuff this year, and for once, like for the first time in a long time, I was excited about what they were doing. Normally they bore me to tears. I was excited to see what they were coming out with this year, and they came out with some bangers. I didn't handle any of the Wii stuff, a little bit out of my price range, a little bit, out of my wheelhouse. Civivi did excellent stuff. Sinca did excellent stuff. But I'm going to have to give the award to CJRB. CJRB/Artisan did some incredible stuff this year. And in 2023, I feel like they really upped their ante, and they released so many things that I really want to get my hands on. The Artisan Cutlery Accelerator. Oh my goodness, I wanted to get one of those so bad. I will get one in 2024 to review. I think that's an awesome, awesome looking knife. The mini accelerator with the titanium and the frag, I want to get so bad. They started using S90V on certain things. They've got an S90V frac out, for example. They've just been doing some really, really cool stuff. And from what I've been hearing too, their sand polish finish is really, really cool. And I feel like they've really kind of made the most progress this year. I'm really, really happy to see them stepping it up and, really, really being at the top of their game. Plus, I love the geology thing that CGRB does, so that, that automatically makes them my favorite company. So, but there we go. Alrighty, so I have 2 more awards to give, and I was going to give this one beforehand, but you know what? I'll give it now. It makes sense. The award for most crazy, outlandish, just badass knife of 2023 goes to the Civivi Aratra. This thing is crazy, and it makes me smile and laugh every time I hold it. I absolutely love this thing. I haven't reviewed it yet, and one of the reasons is because I don't know how to handle this review, right? Do I give it a goofy review or a serious review? And if I do try to give a serious review, can I even do that? Can I take this thing seriously? You can use it for stuff. You guys have seen me split wood and things on the channel with this, but man, this thing is just crazy cool. I never would have in 1,000 years seen this coming from really any company, much less Civivi. So it's really great to see it. I'm a fan. I love it. And yeah, this is the most outlandish knife of the year. So congratulations, Civivi. That thing's awesome. All right, so for our final award of the day, this is the best knife of 2023. The best overall knife of 2023. And this was a category that I also kept as a new knife. This had to be a new design. No surprise, that goes to the CJRB Vision, or the Civivi Vision FG. Oh, I flubbed it. Darn it. Well, at least I'm not doing this on a stage. So yeah, the Civivi Vision FG. Holy cow, guys, that knife is just amazing. And I don't have mine with me right now because I loaned it to a friend a couple weeks ago, and I'm probably not going to see it again. But you know what? That's okay. He can have that one. He can keep that one. I think he'll really enjoy it. But what a great knife. So innovative, so useful. It was so good to see Civivi doing something truly unique and special. They released a couple of knives this year that I thought were really cool, but the Vision FG is a knife that I think was an absolute must, and it was the knife that brought Civivi back to life in my eyes. It made me interested in Civivi again, and I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's just a great knife, and the fact that they could keep it as affordable as they did, $75. It's a lot of knife for $75. It's a fantastic value overall. I love that knife. It's probably the best knife Civivi has ever made, and it is definitely the best thing that came out in 2023. So, yeah, if you don't have one, go ahead and get yourself one. And that's going to be it today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for sticking, with the channel through another year. We're coming up on the 3-year anniversary of the channel. I'll make another video about that, but this was a great year. This was a fun year in the knife world and just, for me personally. I hope you guys are having a great, great day. I hope you're spending time with friends and family, or just, taking it easy by yourself, because, it's a time of the season to be happy, and I hope you all are. So, Merry Christmas. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Adios.